Rudy Gobert tonight looked like he was in a tough spot where either you had to step up or you had to hang back. In terms of the game plan that you guys executed tonight, how would you describe how effective it was against him?
You mean James drives?
James drives, the dump-offs to Capella.
I mean, that's, James just has to do a good job. They can't take everything away there, and, Gobert does a good job. And I thought James was really effective tonight and just mixing up floaters all the way to the rim, getting Clint, kicks out like 3 times in a row to PJ, who knocks him down. So we mixed it up pretty good. Spread, we had spacing was good. I thought it was great.
Mike, what did you take away from Eric Gordon tonight, especially his defense on Mitchell?
Well, Eric is, one of the better defenders in the league, without a doubt. Nobody ever talks about it because he's pretty understated, but he's so strong, and then he can put, nobody can post him up. He puts his chest on people, keeps them out of the lane. I mean, he's just really good at what he does.
Mike, in general, why do you think you guys were so effective defensively, keeping them really from getting in any kind of rhythm?
We've been doing that for a while now. I don't think it's particularly against them. I just think that, for the last 2 months since everybody got healthy and locked in, and we've had the same rotation, more or less, same guys in that mix that understand exactly what we want to do. We can get better from this. We've fouled way too many times and put them on the line. That's something that we have to cure for next game. But it doesn't surprise me that we can defend at all.
The way you guys have defended these last 2 months, does it take some pressure off when there's a few ragged minutes on the other end, or not getting the shots you want? You're still not going to give up the runs.
There you go. What'd you say, Jonathan?
I'll word it better this time.
Okay, do it.
The way you are defending these last 2 months, does it take some pressure off when there's some of those ragged stretches we saw offensively where you're either not getting the shots or you're not getting them to fall, that there's not the big run to answer either?
Yeah, I do. It's all kind of tied. And then, again, playoffs should be different from regular season. Regular season, you're going to have bouts of malaise or, it's a long season, trying to look past people, whatever. But that shouldn't happen in the playoffs. You should be on your game for 48 minutes. And I thought, for the most part, we came out the second half a little soft, and we have to cure that. You can't mess with the game. And but we righted the ship and went from there. But like I said, the good thing is I thought we played great defense, but we can improve it a lot. So that's great.
Mike, the aggressiveness, the assertiveness, other than that little spell in the second half, is that what you have to see from this team, considering what you want to accomplish in these playoffs?
Without a doubt, and that's the key. And I think first half they only had 1 offensive rebound. And again, we've said if we can rebound and then get into people like we did, and we fouled way too much, but when we do that, we're really good defensively. We had some really good defensive players. And then Clinton was getting all the big rebounds, and we were boxing out well and didn't have too many lapses of just concentration.
Mike, you're up 12 after the third quarter, and to be able to build on the lead when James is out, and we've talked about this a lot, but just how comforting it is to have Chris out there.
Well, I mean, this is as comforting as any Hall of Fame point guard you have on the floor against maybe their second line guys. I mean, Chris is. I mean, James has been so good this year that you forget how good Chris is sometimes. I mean, he's I thought he had a great year this year, and any big moments and big times, he's stepping right up. So, to answer your question, very comforting, not surprising in the least.
Mike, you talked about coming out third quarter a little soft. They got to within 5, but then you go on a 10-0 run. How big was that sequence?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's. We should never got it to 5. I didn't think. I just thought we were a little careless, and things happen, and it's easy to me to say, oh, yeah, but, there is another team that's playing hard. So we'll look at the film a little bit, and you're going to have ups and downs. I mean, I've never seen a game hardly yet where you come out and you go up 6, you go up 8, you go up 12, you go up 20, you go up 30, game's over. And it doesn't happen that way. You go up 12, you go to 4, you go up 20, you go to back to 8. It's up and down. That's why they have 3-point line, 24-second clock, and you got the greatest athletes in the world out there. And when you're going well, it goes up. Then you're going to have a spell, it doesn't, and they go well, it goes down. So I just, we just got some really smart players. And I thought when they got down to 5, they buckled down a little bit more. And the other team ran out of good stuff, or they did good stuff 3 or 4 times. Well, then 1 or 2 times they didn't, and got it back up to 8 or 9.
How valuable is it when you have everyone in your starting lineup scoring the way they did tonight and kind of taking some of the load off James?
Well, that's a lot to have to do with James, because he was creating a lot of that. And that's key. As long as we share the ball and we're making the right plays, because we can get James, or James can get himself, not we. But he gets himself in a position that, okay, it's either a layup or a lob, or it's going to be a 3. And we can't design plays better than that. We can run fancy plays. It won't end up with James getting a lob, or, so we just go right to it and cut out the middleman. And then when you add Chris onto it, who makes unbelievable, and the rest of the guys. And when PJ and Daniel House, they hit a little streak, when they were making threes, it's really tough on people.
Mike, they used that force James Harden right strategy and kind of trying to take away that step back. How have you guys improved on that game plan since the Milwaukee game, and especially from James' point of view, too?
To be honest with you, it's not that we improved. Probably we've seen it a little bit more often now, and James just adjusts to it. It's like he does with everything. They throw something at him. It might get him a little bit, and then he just figures it out, and they don't get him on it anymore. And that's why he's so good offensively. I mean, it makes me smile. It makes me laugh. I mean, he's just so good. I don't know what you do. No, he could have a bad game, and they'll contribute to something. No, it's sometimes humans have bad games, and you're not stopping him. I don't care what you do.
With how well they were, or how much they were helping on pick and rolls and James Harden going right, how well do you think Daniel House and other guys did attacking those closeouts and getting to the rim?
That was big. Again, they strung together 4 or 5 threes and just kind of broke it open. It was like hanging at 8, 9, and then PJ, especially in the first half, hits 3 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Then Daniel House in the second half hits a couple in a row. Eric hits 1. When we do that, then I don't know what you do. I mean, it's a little bit like playing Golden State. You got to keep scoring. If you don't keep scoring, we are going to keep scoring. So the only way you can combat it is score more.
Last question.
How impressed were you with House playing in his first playoff game?
Good. It was really good. A little slow start, I thought, but then he came on and he gave us some really good minutes. But the whole thing with him, PJ, they might hit shots, might not. As long as he's playing hard, getting rebounds, and keeping his hands up, not fouling people, getting back on defense, his athleticism we need. And that's really all. He can change games that way. Now, if you hit threes on top of it, now, you're talking, elite.